Hey guys, it's the end of October, so it means this video is this month's reading list. Now, if you haven't watched these before, it's basically my favorite books, articles, YouTube videos, podcasts, movies, things I've read, watched, listened to this month that I think were really interesting, and I want to share them with you. If you're interested, I hope you check them out and come back and talk to me about them. First off, I hope you guys all had a fantastic Halloween. I guess if you celebrate Halloween, if you don't, that's cool too. In the spirit of Halloween, I did upload a ghost story. I hope you guys found it a little bit fun. I wanted to find a ghost story that kind of ties back to my Japanese art history videos, which is why I picked the ghost story of the Taira clan or the Heikei. I think this story is pretty fun, and I kind of had fun filming it. It was a kind of a different setup, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. First up, a highlight of this month was at the very beginning of October. I went for a couple days to Boston, and I had to go to the Museum of Fine Arts. If you don't know, the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston is this massive art museum. I basically went there for a couple hours with my friends, and I couldn't see most things, so I went back the next day and pretty much spent the whole day there by myself, which was kind of nice. You know, I've been there once before, but it was really rushed, so it was kind of nice to revisit everything again. One thing that my friend told me about is how to get some free or discounted tickets to the MFA, which is really cool. So if you're planning a trip there, or if you ever go there in the future, here are some tips of how to get in for free or discounted prices. Number one is if you are a Bank of America card holder, you can actually get free tickets to a number of different museums, and this isn't just MFA. MFA is one of them, but you can also search in your own state what museums are near you that you can get in for free, which is really cool. Number two is there's actually a set number of tickets that you can borrow from the public library at Boston. If you have a friend who is a resident and has a library card or can get a library card, definitely ask them for help in this. This not only is for MFA, but also for the Science Museum and other museums as well, which is pretty awesome. I don't think we have that in San Francisco, but maybe I need to look into it. That one is not free, but it is a pretty good discount. I think it's only $10 to get in, and the original price is something like $27 or around that area. The third thing is if you are a student, bring your student ID and you'll get a discount as well. Not quite as much. I think you get only $2, but it's better than nothing. If you do end up paying full price or student price, you do get a ticket that you can use for 2 separate days. So if you're planning a trip to Boston, keep that in mind so that you can have your itinerary open if you want to use that second day pass. So I have 2 YouTube videos I want to share. One might be a little bit longer, but if you stick with it, I promise that I think it's really good. And the second I think will be pretty popular. So let's go with the popular one first. If you are a fan of Studio Ghibli or a fan of Hayao Miyazaki, I think you should definitely check out this video. It is called Hayao Miyazaki, The Essence of Humanity. Humanity or Humility. I'm pretty sure it's Humanity, but my handwriting is pretty bad. It's on a channel called Channel Chriswell. It basically talks about what makes Hayao Miyazaki films different, what separates it from other anime or other Western cartoons, and why we love it so much. I'm talking about My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, etc. You should definitely check this out if you're a fan. I also just love Hayao Miyazaki films. They're so great. Even if you're just a teeny bit interested, you should check it out. The second one that might be a little bit more tedious, but I think it is actually really interesting. It's a talk given by Ian Hideo Levy. He's a professor author he's the son of a diplomat, so he pretty much grew up abroad. He spent his childhood in China, and then he spent a lot of his life in Japan. He was a professor, I think, at Stanford. Now he lives and works in Japan. He's translated a number of older poems, I believe they're poems, but he's also an author himself. It talks about culture, identity, and language, and how all of them really interweave with one another, and what it means for him to be writing in Japanese as a culturally foreign writer. I think it's really interesting if you're interested in literature or in Japanese culture. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I promise you, if you stick with it a little bit, it's actually really fascinating. You can watch it on Stanford's YouTube video. I'll have a link for everything in the description bar for you. Kind of piggybacking off of that, going along with the identity theme, there's an article I read on the New York Times by Wesley Morris called "The Year We Obsessed Over Identity." So this one's going to be a lot more pop culture references than the previous one. It's definitely about America and more media kind of things. It talks about how identity has really just been coming up as a topic over and over again in various media forums and pop culture and news stories. So that is an article I recommend for you to check out. The second article I want to share with you is published on Vulture by art critic Jerry Saltz. It's "Why Have There Been No Great Women Bad Boy Artists? There have been, of course, but the art world refuses to recognize them." That's the title. So this article is all about women painters in the art world and how they're treated differently because they are a woman. And I want to let me read a little excerpt for you here. "The short answer, I'm afraid, amounts to something like a crime, the crime of being a woman. Long careers of female bad boy painters have always been rare. In fact, there have been so few of them over the past 50 years that I can count them on one hand. And the art world has never really known what to do with them, mostly responding from fear." Let's wrap this up with some things I got at the Boston MFA, which of course, postcards! So I got this one, which is Alex Katz, Georgia O'Keeffe's Deer Skull with Pendanel, and this one, which is one of my favorite Van Goghs. It's called Ravine 1889. I also got this one, which is the Impressionists postcards. They are cropped in, as you can see, to fill in the whole postcard. I don't really love that. You know, I like it better when they do sort of let the original proportions stay true and just have a white border. But whatever, not a big deal. I'm not going to complain about it. I just got a whole bunch of different ones. And the funny thing is, these aren't even at the MFA. Most of these are like from Paris or something. So you'll see me decorating my bookshelf with those. And the sun is getting weird, so now there's a bunch of things on my face, but whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do encourage you to check out some of the things and come back and tell me what you like or don't like about them. I'm really curious to hear what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.